Here with Rob Raschke, and Rob is a man that's spent 20 plus years now at the pointy end of change and disruption in the media industry. I wonder what your insights would be over that time and just how you've experienced in particular the last 4 or 5 years.
Never seen more change in such a short amount of time. And the really interesting thing is that most people are prepared to deal with change, are happy to deal with change if there's a clear plan, a direction, a sense of what the expectations of them are. They'll go with you. The challenging thing about change is taking people with you. And when you've got them on board, I think most people deal with it better than we think.
So you've had a long time experience in leading very large and very diverse teams around change. There must be a buzz that generates off that as you look back after particularly the last 4 or 5 years.
Yes, I think I'm at the most comfortable when the unexpected happens, when those really difficult situations arise that you can't really prepare for. You have to act on judgment and instinct and experience. They're the times that I think I perform at my best, and they're the times I enjoy the most.
So we're approaching the 2016 Olympics. I know you've had a long-term exposure in television media and particularly covering those large events. So you look ahead with excitement to Rio?
I do. Olympic Games are fascinating things. They are 2.5 weeks of intense work, challenging environments. All of them are different, but all pose the same kind of problems. I mean, security risks get worse with each games. You've now got the new virus, mosquito-borne virus in South America. That's going to be no one knows how to prepare for that. They are fascinating events, and you've got one chance to get them right. So it'll be really interesting to see how Rio unfolds.
So journalism is certainly changing with technology disruption in particular. You've been a long-term judge, I understand, with the Walkley Awards here in Australia, the preeminent awards for journalists. What's the call out for journalists out there as the industry continues to change from your perspective? What should they be focused on?
I think there needs to be an understanding or an acceptance that change is a pace and you have to go with it, you have to accept that. If you don't like change, you're probably in the wrong industry. That'd be the starting point. The next though is that some fundamentals apply irrespective of technological changes. Content is still king. A good story is still a good story. The values of good journalism won't be affected by the technology. And if anything, the technology should make telling good stories quicker, easier, cheaper. It should actually open it up in a way that will allow more stories to be told more quickly. I think that it has enormous potential to bring out a whole lot of storytellers that mightn't have got a break once upon a time. So I think it's exciting.
So speaking of awards, you've been a media executive in television that's overseen production that's resulted in some substantial awards over the years. What have they included?
Look, some of the most rewarding ones were teams that were not greatly resourced up against much bigger teams at Channel 7 in Brisbane. In 7 years we won a Walkley Award for Best Investigative Journalism. That's the product of a 6-month investigation into police corruption on the Gold Coast. We were up against Four Corners and The Age, who have dedicated investigative units. We had to do it within existing resources. That was a very exciting thing. The Lint Cafe siege. I was network director of news at 7 in my office when that siege unfolded. For the next 16 hours, had to oversee and direct the coverage of that. We won a Walkley Award for that and a Logie Award for that. That was very rewarding. And that was the product of an enormous amount of people pulling together, working under serious pressure, great stress. That was teamwork at its best. So those things are very, very rewarding.
So it sounds like you're a man that likes working in fast-paced, very volatile environments.
I do. The unexpected really poses great challenges, and I'm most comfortable, when things are at their most challenging, the curveball comes, you've got to deal with it. I think that's one of the exciting things about my past sort of 18 years in the media.
Sure. So you're on sabbatical at the moment and looking ahead, but I understand you're taking time now to find the right opportunity and what that looks like for you.
Yeah, it'd be really interesting to see how the skills I've developed and worked on, where can they be used? Can they be used in different environments? I love news, always have, and news is certainly my comfort zone. But it would be really interesting to see if those skills of leadership, of dealing with big groups and teams, how that can be translated into different areas, and that's something that's very interesting.
Rob, thanks for your time.
Thanks, Peter.